Hello everyone, my name is Elena Paventa. I'm Club Growth Director of District 108, and I would like to welcome all of you here at our December webinar, The Power of PR for Toastmasters Clubs. Today we will find out how to attract new members to our clubs, how to promote our events, and what PR activities can we do in our Toastmasters clubs. And the presenter today will be Justyna Szumińska, our PR manager of District 108. She's an expert in social media and in personal branding, and I'm sure that today we will hear from her lots of interesting insights. Now, before we start, please can everyone mute their microphones, please, so that we don't have any noises when our presenter will be speaking. Can you please do this now? Mute the microphones. Okay, thank you. And if you have any questions during the webinar, please write them in the chat box. We will be having the question and answer session in the end of the webinar. And now let's welcome our presenter today, Justyna.
Hello, guys. I'm really excited to deliver this webinar about the PR, the power of PR. As Elena mentioned, I'm the current District 108 PR manager, and I'm really excited about this role because I'm really passionate about social media and about the PR. And I was also the Vice President of PR before several roles which I took in my club officers board and in the district officers. So I will speak from my heart about the things which I think are important from the PR perspective during this webinar, taking into consideration my experience as a district officer, being responsible for the PR, and of course being the PR manager for my club, Speakers of which I really enjoyed this role. It was 1.5 years ago, but still I really value this experience which I gained during that time, which I'm still taking into my role as the PR manager. So as I mentioned, if you will have any questions during my webinar, then please write them in the chat box, and after session, after module, I will ask if there are any questions, and there will be a time for that. So without any further ado, I would like to start, but I forgot to thank you for the visit and for the joining this webinar, because it means that that you're interested in the PR and you would like, and your hunger of the knowledge regarding the PR. Speaking about that, I would like to mention in the beginning of my webinar that the goals of the PR in our organization is to create, promote, and maintain. So we are doing that, all of those activities which can help to increase the membership in our organization and decrease the retention. So we always need to remember that all PR activities which we are doing, they should help to grow our organization and making this organization strong. And the most important value which we have in our organization, except of the values which are really live in our organization, like service, excellence, integrity, respect, the intangible value which we also have and the treasure which we are having, and this would distinguish us from other organizations all over the world, is our brand, because our brand is really strong, and we need to put all efforts to protect this brand. Because let's imagine that you're traveling to different cities or to different country, and you, maybe most of us have done it, that you are going to the Toastmaster club and you feel like at home, because except of that the culture is different in different countries, but the basic, the core, the values and the brand, they are the same, and they represent the same things. And that's why it's really important to take care about our brand and to be the guardian. So if you are responsible for the PR in your club, then make sure that you're following the brand rules and the brand materials, because this can bring us benefit, because then we can make our organization stronger all over the world. So as you can see, this is our logo. Everyone knows this logo, and the tagline, "Where leaders are made." And it's really important to use resources which can be found on the Toastmasters International website. Toastmasters.org, you're going to resources, and then you can find like an ocean of the brand materials which you can use for your club purposes. Sometimes we are creating things, but really we don't need to waste our time to create new things, because the good quality things and the materials which are branded materials according to the brand manual, you can find on the official website of Toastmasters International. So if you've never been there, just go there and find those materials which are there, because you can find really plenty materials, and I will mention them today during the webinar. You can find there the Bible of the brand, which is the visual brand guidelines. And I think that all VPPRs should read this manual. Of course, in Toastmasters we have manuals for everything, and for the brand we have as well. So please, if you've never been reading this brand manual, then now it's time to do that, because really important information you can find there. Like the color palette, we know that there are like 50 shades of gray, 50 shades of blue, of yellow, but we need to make sure that those colors which represents our brand are the proper one. So in this brand manual you will find this very important information, such as what are the colors of our organization, and how you can and which color should we use for creating all branded materials. You can find there, of course, the proper logo. As you can see here, those are the version of logo which we should use. So here we have the example, and here, and guys, that's it. Other version of logos which sometimes we are creating are not proper, and those logos are not representing our organization. So please remember about it, because recently I've seen many invitation to the Christmas parties like this one, and I've seen like Toastmasters International logo as the Santa Claus, or wearing like here the hat, as we can see here on this screen, on this image, the tagline is not visible. So really, it's not a good branding material for our organization, because of course it represents the Christmas atmosphere. However, it does not represent the Toastmasters International brand. What else we can find in this brand material, in this brand manual? We can find the information, what kind of images are representing our organization. So the information that on our images, which represent our meeting or conferences, we cannot post or we cannot take the images and pictures with animal, with landscape, with children, with food, and toast and toasters. Guys, we are not a cooking organization we are not publishing the pictures with toast and toasters, please, I beg you. And but we are the learning, or we are the educational organization where we are creating leaders and speakers. So please don't put on your materials food like toast. We shouldn't use also pictures with cartoons, architecture. Instead of that, we should use the professional pictures of the club meetings, of the presentations and speakers, of the networking, like you're networking, just take a picture with the conferences, training and speech contests. And you may say that, okay, but how to find those kind of professional pictures? Guys, on toastmasters.com.org, you can find professional pictures which you can download and you can use them. So so as simple as that. If you don't have professional pictures taken during the club meeting or during the conference, just use those pictures which toastmasters.org allow us to do that. And the life will be easier, and our organization and the brand will be safe. Because, for example, I've seen, for example, such a conference logo. It does not represent our values. Or I've seen those kind of logo of the conference, which of course, except of that, the color, it's not the Toastmasters, those are not Toastmasters colors. Also, we cannot find the logo. So how we can know that, that this is the Toastmasters International Conference? So next time, please think about the materials which we already have in our organization. And if you don't have your pictures, don't be over creative and don't over create the things which are already here. And you can, if you're searching for any information like regarding the public PR, also on toastmasters.org, you can find in the resources the public relations section, and really very helpful resources you can find there. I especially recommend you to read Let the World Know manual, where you can learn how to make the press release, or all basic information about the PR are there. So if you've never read this manual, I really recommend you to familiarize yourself with this manual. Also, there's really on our toastmasters.org website, there's very interesting place, which is called Media Center. And all news releases are there, all information like iconograph information you can find there. For example, if you're organizing a demo meeting in the corporate, then you can really find you can find detailed oriented materials which are essential in a corporate world. For example, like this one, which shows the total collapse by country. So those kind of images you can find in the media center. And speaking about the resources, I prepared for our district. I downloaded those materials on our disk. So Elena, if you can share right now the link to these materials, then I will be really grateful. You can find those information. You can find their leaflets, posters, everything what is needed to run the PR for your club. I don't know if we have any questions, but if yes, then I can answer. Do we have any questions so far?
There's a question in the chat box.
We have a question about business card templates. If someone has business card templates fit for Vistaprint, is there some specific template?
Yes, in this Toastmasters.org material, you can find the card, business card as well. So just go there and look for the business card templates. You can find the templates for the agenda, for the meeting, for newsletter. So everything is there, for the posters about the meeting. So I recommend you to go there and to search for those materials.
So we have no more questions so far.
Okay, so we can go. I really recommend you, if you're searching for the inspiration, I really recommend you to follow Toastmasters International official channels, and you have those channels here. I really recommend you also, if you're running the Instagram account or the Twitter account, then our official hashtags, hashtag Toastmasters, hashtag where leaders are made. And it's really useful to use them as hashtags, as a power to just remember about it. And if you are running those social media accounts, then it's really useful to use them. So that was the information about the materials which you can find on the Toastmasters.org. And right now I would like to speak more about the strategy, how to run your PR in your club. Of course, you need to have the strategy. And before the webinar, Elizabeth written the question about the strategy for different clubs, for the corporate one, for the community one. And of course, we have different clubs, and different club has their own strategy, and we need to remember about this, that PR for the corporate club will be totally different than for the open club, which the target group are students, and definitely different when the target group are the professionals. So we need to think about our audience, what people we are searching for to our club, and what kinds of and then adjust the tools which will help us into promoting our activities. So the common one are the websites, which I think that the club should have the website, but not very complicated one. Just that could be the web page with the information about where the club meet, where the club has the meeting, what time, and that's it. Maybe just the information about Toastmasters International. And it's really important, because when you're searching, for example, right now my club is searching for the new place for the meeting, so it's really good to send to the potential place the information about who we are, where do we meet, and what we are doing, and what kind of organization we are, because on our social media we don't have the information about Toastmasters International, not very often, while here I think that having the very basic web page is really helpful. Another channel could be the Facebook, and the Facebook with the fan page, when we are communicating our events, where we are posting pictures of our meetings, of special events, successes of our club, but also having the group for our members, where the Facebook could be also kind of communicator for our members, where everyone can write something. So it's really, I think, helpful. Speaking about that, we as a district, we are running District 108 fan page, where we are posting all information, kind of external one, about our events, about our webinars, about articles, and about things which are happening in our district. And we have also group for our members, District 108 members group. So if you are not there yet, I really recommend you to join this group, because we are sharing really useful information there. Some clubs, they have Instagram accounts, they are doing stories from the meeting, they are posting information, pictures, kind of picture from the background. So if you are a person who would like to share those information, then it's really cool to have the Instagram for your club. We as a district, we have District 108 Instagram account, so you can follow us as well on the Instagram. You can have also YouTube, where you can do the video vlog, or you can do the live stream of your meetings via YouTube. We also, as a district, we have the YouTube account, where we are posting our webinars. Also, some clubs, I've seen that they have the LinkedIn account, where they promoting the events through LinkedIn. So maybe if your club is more dedicated to professional people, then maybe it's good to have the LinkedIn account. Some clubs, they are running newsletters, and it's a really good way to communicate with your members, current members, past members, just reminding about meetings, about the things which are happening. And podcasts. Recently, for example, one of a member of my club, he started doing podcasts, and I think this is also really good and new tool to promote your activities, because then you are speaking about public speaking, or about generally about Toastmasters, and you are attracting different people than with other social media. Some of the clubs, they are using to promote events, they are using different applications. Like my club is using Meetup. I know that in different countries, different applications for meeting are popular. So just maybe find out which application is common in your country, and it's really good to try and to check if it works or it does not for your club. And of course, if you're the PR, then you need to have the strategy. I mentioned all of those channels, but I think that it's not needed to be on every channel. It's good to be present, but really present on few channels, and just to check which channels are attracting new members, because this is the reason to be on the channel. So if more people are coming from the meetup, because for example it's in case in my club, so maybe let's put the effort into meetup. If more people are coming because they've heard about your podcast, then put your attention to the podcast. And if you are the PR manager, then maybe you can have a team of people who would help you with other channels. So one person would be responsible for the social media, for the Facebook, another one would be responsible for the Instagram account, another one for making lives on Facebook. Just to be creative and use all resources which are in your club, just to promote the activities which you are doing. And as I mentioned, it's really good to have the consistent strategy. So when I was a PR, I was running Instagram and Facebook and Meetup, and those were the good channels to be on. And I really put a lot of effort to plan in advance my communication plan. So each month I was planning in Excel file what and where am I going to post, and what kind of graphics, for example, should I create, what kind of what kind of special meetings are ahead, and what I need to do. So everything, if you're the PR, you need to think strategically about the things which will happen. So then you will have the smooth communication on your channels. Do we have any questions?
Yes, we have two questions.
Yep.
So just a second. So we had the first question from Frank, how to utilize PR for membership growth within a club. But I think that you already started talking about this. So maybe if Frank, if you will have additional questions on top of what Justyna will say, then maybe in the end we can have additional question and answer session. And we have a question from Aaron. Are there easy to learn tutorials for members who are VPPR, and how can they be trained to formulate their web page or their social media? So can you recommend such tutorials?
Okay, so generally guys, on YouTube you can find everything. And I think like running the Facebook page for your club is the same as running Facebook page for your company. So on the internet you can find tutorials about that. You can find tutorials about how to create graphic. So of course we can prepare such a webinar, but I think that you can find everything on YouTube. And I really recommend you to search which film, on which kind of level you are. Like running the Facebook account, of course it's more complicated for the club, like running the company page, than because there are just more statistics and different other buttons. But guys, I really believe in you, and I think that with the help of the YouTube you will manage to do that. And Elena, if you can share the second link, which I sent to you before the webinar. I also have the second link with the information about the pictures. What size of the picture you need to different channel, because of course for different channels we need different size of pictures. So just make sure that you're uploading good quality picture and good quality logo. For example, even for the for your club, you can upload the logo which is already adjust to your need for Facebook, which you can find on the toastmasters.org. So you can go there and you can choose the logo for the Facebook. So they prepared for us. It's easier. So I think that yes, that YouTube is the best way to learn how to use, how to operate on Facebook, or how to operate on LinkedIn, on how to operate on YouTube. And if you're preparing graphics, then probably Canva is the easiest and the best way to prepare those graphics. And also you can find tutorials on YouTube how to do that. Okay, so we can go with the second thing, which I would like to mention. So if you have the strategy for your club, then think about your audience. So in social media, it is called personas. So think about where and to whom you would like to address your communication. Where you would like to find those people, because if you know who you are searching for, then you know where to be. So be there where your audience and where your personas are. So for example, if you're the corporate club, then there's no sense to, and you're closed corporate club, then there's no sense to promote yourself on the social media outside of your company. It's better to print flyers and just put them in the kitchen or in the elevators, or maybe contact the HR department and ask for adding the materials to the onboarding kit. So you will make sure that every new employee knew news about the Toastmasters club, which is in your organization. If you are the students club, then maybe it's good to contact your university offices and let them know about your club, and maybe like also print materials on the club board. For example, one of the club in our city, they are having meeting in the library, and they just print the poster, the very simple poster like about public speaking, and just join us. And they have like every week they have just 5 new guests. So really think about it where your people are. If you're the open club or the professional or the club which and you have professional people in your club, then maybe think about like networking meetings, just to be present at those networking meetings. So be creative, and please remember about it that you need to adjust your strategies to the people who you're searching for. Okay, do we have any questions to that?
We have a few questions.
Yep.
Now we have a question from Frank. His first question got answered, and he thanks you for that. We have potential members outside of social media. How do you attract those?
Okay, so I will mention about that because still there are the traditional, let's say, ways of doing the PR through the newspapers, and I will mention this this example in a few minutes. So if we can wait for a moment for that, then I will explain that.
Okay, and we have another question from Barbel. Do you have a recommendation how to get best in touch with the press? And do we have a list of Toastmasters who work for a newspaper or a magazine?
Oh, I don't know if we do have such a list, but this is really good question, and it would be really good to have such a list. How to work with press? So generally with press, you're working, the that you need to prepare the material for them. So this is called press release. And in this manual, Let the World Know, you can find the instruction how to write such a press release. So you're just writing the article and mentioning the most important things about the event that you're organizing or the meeting, what are the essential information for the article, and then you're sending to the press. And based on that, the journalists, they are just contacting you. And this is how it works, that you need to have the interesting topic for them to be published in the newspapers. Okay, do we have
we don't have no questions for now.
Okay, so I think that this will be also the still the answer to this what I started answering, because if we would like to be successful in this what we are doing, either we are sending the information to the press and we would like to be published, or we would like to have like thousands of followers on our social media, then we need to create value. Because then so many information are just bombing us all around the world. So we need to have the value to be visible and to be recognized amongst those information. And I have here an example for you. So in my city, we had such a program for the startups, and we as a Toastmasters, we were providing workshops about public speaking and about preparing the pitch, because this program was dedicated to the startups, and that was kind of contest. And at the end of this contest, all of the person should give a 3-minute pitch to the commission. So we as a Toastmasters, we were preparing those people for those pitch, and that was our value which we gave to this project, and this was also really valuable for the press. And that's why this article, which is visible here on the slide, was published. So think about what you are doing for your organization, for your community. Maybe you're doing some collaboration with at school, or maybe you're doing some collaboration. I know, for example, that one of the club is meeting in the library, and they have the place for free, but once a year they need to provide a workshop about public speaking. So for that, that is also a good value, and this is also the good material for the press. So think about this, what valuable you're doing for your society, and write about it and send to the press, and probably they will contact you, and probably they will publish your article. It works like that. The other thing which is also essential in the PR are the people and the stories. So whenever you're posting something, show the stories. So show the people who stands behind that, because thanks to that, you will have for sure many followers, and you will have the publicity. Examples: Zen in our district, he completed the path, and that was the first person who made it in our district. So his club was really proud of him. So whenever your club member will take part in contest, or will win contest, or will do something outstanding, celebrate that, recognize that person, on different social media channels, and people really like successes, and those posts with successes, they will have really good views. Another example are tagging people. So either this is Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn. Tag people, because then they will know about it and they will probably post that on their boards, and other people could see that. So for example, as here we had a meeting with different nationalities, and you see I tagged here on this picture 12 people. 12 people, 10 nationalities. That was really good post with really good reach. So I really recommend you to do that. Show your members on your social media platforms. Either it is Instagram, LinkedIn, or Facebook, or this is a website. Just show people who are in your club. You know, like the information that we are meeting every Tuesday. Okay, but who is meeting? Show the people who are meeting. Then probably you will have also more viewers and more people who would be interested in that. Thanks to showing the people, maybe new people, they will see that, okay, this is a club for the professionals. The people who have this kind of experience, they are meeting there, so I will join them. Or okay, this is kind of after party club, because they are posting so many pictures from after parties. They are cool, I would like to join them. So show people, show in the context, and definitely you will get more people on your meetings. Another really important and crucial element of the PR strategy is the real-time marketing. Right now, everything is happening right now, and you as the PR need to remember about it. If there is the Valentine's Day, then just do something which connects Toastmasters and the Valentine's Day. If there is the conference and you are on this conference, then don't wait until the contest will and until the conference will finish. Just post the pictures from the conference right now. Take few pictures and post them. Just do the things in the real time, and of course tag people. And just remember about the information that you need to be you need to do things in the real time. So if you will post the picture from the meeting like 1 week after, who will remember about it? Just people will remember the things which are right here, right now, and this is how the social media works. So you need to remember about it and just follow that. Do we have any questions so far?
No, we don't have any questions so far.
Okay, so another really important element of the PR are videos, because right now videos are really powerful, and you will have more viewers on your social media if you will upload video, if you will do live, and it's really, I really see that, and everyone will tell you that the algorithm prefers video, but the video which are uploaded like directly to each platform. So if you are doing, if you've done a video, then upload it separately on Facebook, separately on LinkedIn, and separately on YouTube. Of course, you can upload it on YouTube and then share links, but then the algorithm will decrease the amount of viewers, while we would like to make our videos viral. So please upload those videos directly to those accounts. like those Wrocław speakers, they are doing a really great job because they are doing the live, Facebook Live, and they are inviting people to those live, and they are just speaking. It takes, I don't know, like 15 minutes, sometimes 20 minutes, but it's really powerful. Lately, I've done the live Facebook Live as well about how to about Facebook generally, about tips and tricks on Facebook with Yash, and see how many views we've had. 1,000. I don't know how many, like how many, if it's possible that those amount of people will see the picture. But right now, live sessions and uploading videos, they are really, really powerful. If you don't, if you are not, if you're afraid of doing the live sessions, then maybe you as a club, you can do the professional video. Like I really recommend you to see the video of Olsztyn Toastmasters. They've done a really, really good job, and they created a really good material about the meeting. So maybe this is a way for your club to promote, to show to the world what kind of great job you are doing. Do we have any questions?
Yes, we have a question from Victor. What is the best time to post on Facebook? Can you share with us some algorithms?
So it depends, because it depends what kind of group you would like to attract. But of course, generally the best time, the prime time on social media is during the either in the morning, so like before, when people are waking up and they are checking the social media, or they are going to work, they are in the elevator, or they are they are standing in the traffic jam, so up to 10 to 9, and then in the evening. So when people are at home, they are watching film, or they are watching news, and they are scrolling the phone. So those are the best time. For example, the LinkedIn is it works also in the same, the prime time is also in the same time, but except of weekends, because people are not so often on the LinkedIn platform during the weekend. But just post different posts, and you will see when you will have the biggest amount of viewers. So you need to check what works for your club and what works for your community.
We have a comment from Peter. When creating Facebook events, promoting your club meeting and special events, please explain why we prefer posting on Facebook page instead of posting on Facebook group. This is a good comment to show the difference between page and the group. Yeah.
Yeah, I will explain that, because this is my next point. Events. So do we have another?
So no more questions for now.
Okay, that's great. So now I'm speaking about the event. Of course, so we can create event on Meetup, as I mentioned, or on any different application, because sometimes people prefer. So this is also a good way to attract people who are not on social media, because they may use different application to follow the things which are happening in your city. But of course, I think that the most popular one are the Facebook events, and it's really important to create the Facebook event before the meeting. But like 1 week before the meeting or few days before the meeting, just to have time to promote this this event. Sometimes people are waiting with promoting events because they don't have the time, the title of the meeting. But I had such an approach that I was creating the event even though I did not have the time, the title of the meeting, because I didn't want to wait for the title of the meeting, and I was just doing the collection of different photos which we have, and I was just writing random topic of the meeting, like improve your public speaking skills, or how to improve your public speaking skills, or public speaking skills development meeting, and then you can change this this topic, but before but this is really good to do that in advance, to promote your event in advance, because you'll have more time for the promotion. And it's really good to promote your event on the group, different groups, because Facebook pages right now they don't have the good visibility. Generally, the company pages, they don't have good visibility, because Facebook wants them to pay for the advertisement. That's why groups are right now really powerful, and the ranges on the Facebook groups are not limited like on the Facebook company pages. So if you are creating an event on your Facebook page, this is kind of home for your meeting, and then spreads this information to different groups. For example, in my town, I was promoting my those meetings on different groups, like because my club is international one, so I was promoting on different groups about in different international communities which exist in my club, in my city, like foreigners in Łódź, or events for foreigners in Łódź, or live for foreigners in Łódź, or professional events. So think about the events, think about the groups which you already know, and search for different groups, and then share information about your event there, because more people will see the event. The other thing is to recently in Finland they had really interesting meeting with the journalists. So when you have such a powerful meeting with the content which may interest people, because sometimes people are coming because they are interested in the topic of the meeting. So for example, I remember that once I've met a meeting about new technologies and public speaking. So I was mentioning during the meeting like applications which may help professional speakers, and like many guests came because it was really interesting topic, and I was promoting this event also in different groups. So this is another way how to attract new members, just by promoting interesting topic. So that's why it's really important to have Toastmaster who will choose the interesting topic of the meeting. And of course, really important in creating events is the background of the event. And here's also example of the good graphics, because it here it's written the topic of the meeting, and it's written the name of the club. There's Toastmasters International logo, and there is also mentioning the Toastmaster of the evening. So sometimes it's really important to know who is going to lead the meeting. And also what is really important is to put to promote the post with the content, just not to post just the event, but write a few words about this, what is going to happen, and what we are going to do, so new people will have more detailed information about this, what will happen. And some of the clubs, they are doing the meeting cover photo with the Toastmaster of the evening. If there's a handsome guy, then or handsome guy, then this is also a good a way to attract new members. Of course, I'm joking, but yes, sometimes people are doing such a thing, and it's really it attracts also people, because sometimes maybe your member has a big network, and people may join because they will know that this person is organizing this meeting. Okay, do we have any questions?
No, we don't have any questions for now.
So my last advice to you is to measure your results, because it's really important. Thanks to that, you will know what kind of activities are okay, and what kind of activities are bringing you new members. I remember when I was the VPPR, I was also asking to new guests, how did you know about our meetings? Because that gave me the information about this. Where should I put more attention, and where should I put more time to which activities? And remember that VPPR and VPPM should, so the membership and the PR person should work very closely together, and just measure the results together, because this is your job, just to bring new members and to promote things which are happening in your club. So that was my last piece of advice. If you will have another question, you can answer them. You can ask them right now. You can unmute yourself, or you can use the chat box. This is all of what I prepared for you. But I'm really happy and open for the open discussion, so we can start the Q&A session. And if you will have another questions, you can contact me directly. I'm happy to help you. So it's now time for you guys.
So someone would like to unmute him or herself and ask a question?
Or maybe you have any comment valuable to this, what I mentioned. Feel free.
Okay, so we don't have any comments or questions. So thank you. Okay, Victor has a question. So would you like to unmute yourself, Victor, or will you type? Okay, Victor doesn't have a mic. So can you please type your question?
So waiting for the question from Victor, I would like to mention once again that I prepared for you the materials which are in the link to which Elena written in the chat box. So you can download professional branded pictures which you can use for your promotional activities. There you can find also flyers made by Toastmasters International, especially if you are if you're the PR for the corporate club, then you can really find very useful information about Toastmasters International. So you don't need to create an additional things. You just need to print those things which are in the resources made by Toastmasters International.
Okay, so we have a question.
Yeah.
So Victor is organizing his committee right now.
Okay.
In what way, in your opinion, is it best to share responsibilities between his committee members? So one person responsible for Facebook or for graphics. How do you recommend?
So it depends. I mean, everything depends on you. So I think that it's good to for sure to have someone who's responsible for the whole vision, and then just delegate the task. And I think this is fair, and I think that it works like that in your club, that one person is responsible for the Instagram, another person is responsible for the Facebook, another person is responsible for the Facebook Live. So I think it's fair to have someone who will be responsible for each social media channel, but it's really important to have the common field and to have the common discussion about, because sometimes you can cross those channels, and it will bring you followers from Instagram to Facebook, from Facebook to Instagram, so it will create more viewers and more followers.
Okay. We have another question. When do we start, question from Barbel, when is it best to start promotion for our area contests and when for division conference? Is a month before early enough?
I think that if you are, it depends from the team, because if you have something, if you have the date, then start promoting the date, like our district conference. We have the date. We had the date like few months ago. So we already created the event just to let people know that, hey, save the date. And then if you will have the venue, then this is also great information to promote it, because sometimes people are waiting to promote with the promotion when they will have everything. No, just start the promotion as quickly as you can, because then you will have more time to promote your event. And I think that for some conferences 1 month is okay, but for example, I would like to know the date of the conference before, because I would like to save the date for my calendar. So I think that the date and the venue, those are the crucial information which should be published, posted as fast as it's possible.
Okay, and we have one last question from Laurie from District 62. What are your tips on PR for corporate clubs?
Okay, I don't know. Okay, so for the corporate clubs, then I think that it depends on the corporate, because each organization has different style. So first of all, be with the employee life cycle. So if the person is joining the organization, then make sure that HR department knows about your Toastmaster club, and they will inform the new joiners about your club. Then if you're organizing something special, then make posters in the kitchen, put the poster in the kitchen. Maybe you have monthly newsletter, then also put the information in the newsletter. Very important is to engage the key people in your organization, so the decision makers, not the mid-level specialist, but the senior one, maybe sometimes invite for the meeting general manager, just as the guest speaker. You can do the interview with him, and he will know about it. about your organization, and he will then promote this organization to your club. For example, one of the club I know, they are very close with the learning and development department, and the year goal, the development year goal, are you can for example have your goals connected with your development in Toastmasters. So think about the departments which you can collaborate with and engage as many people, as many decision makers as you can. Just be recognized in your organization. This is my tip.
Okay, thank you very much, Justyna. Thank you very much for this helpful webinar. We had really a lot of insights on club PR, what we can do to promote our club and to get new members. As a club growth director, I will also add one file to this event. There is one file where we have hundreds of ideas on how to attract members to our club. So I will post it in the event, not only ideas on social media, but also offline ideas.
Yes.
So thank you very much. And next month in January, we will have the next District 108 webinar, which will be about moments of truth, which is a very important tool especially for weak clubs, for struggling clubs. So we recommend you this webinar and invite you to this. Please follow us on social media, and we will post the information soon.
Yes, and if you know someone who would like to recommend this webinar, then of course it will be available on our YouTube channel, District 108. You can find it on YouTube very soon, as well as other webinars which we had already. So really a lot of values is waiting on you on our YouTube channel. Please follow us as well.
Yes, and we will post this webinar in a couple of days also in this event on Facebook. Okay, thank you very much everyone for attending, for being active and asking lots of questions. Thank you very much, and see you at our next District 108 webinar. Have a nice evening.
Have a nice evening.
Bye.
Bye bye.